Hello my friends, welcome to your new Moon Solar Eclipse in Libra tarot reading and your What You Need to Know. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. Like I said, this is for the new Moon Solar Eclipse in Libra that's coming up on October 2nd. This is a collective reading. This is for all signs. I set the intention that this finds who it needs to, so if you find it, congratulations, you made it here. You're part of the collective. If you enjoy witchcraft and wellness and everything in between, a little bit of spooky vibes, hit that subscribe button. I put out full free yoga classes, accessible, trauma-informed, plus-size friendly yoga classes, and tarot readings for every new moon, every full moon, and a lot of stuff in between here on my channel. So yeah, we're gonna get right on into it. While I shuffle, we're gonna talk about what this new moon solar eclipse is kind of all about, and we're gonna get on into it. So like I said, this is on October 2nd, and this is the second to last eclipse in this eclipse cycle, this eclipse portal that we've been in since last April. So think about what was going on in your life last April, what started maybe in your life last April, what have been the major themes of your life since last April. I'm talking about April of 2023. That's when this eclipse portal started. We had, I believe it was a solar eclipse, new moon in Aries in April of 2023. And that's kind of what kickstarted this eclipse cycle. We're starting to shift though. So the last full moon that we had was in Pisces, and that was a lunar eclipse in Pisces. So that kind of started this other eclipse portal that we're starting that's on the Pisces Virgo axis. And this one is the second to last one on the Aries Libra axis. I know that was just a bunch of astrology information thrown at you, but you know, we're kind of, I want you to think of it as the beginning of the end of this eclipse portal. So whatever journey you started, you know, way back in April of 2023, this is the beginning of the end. It will officially close its doors next March. And then we're moving on fully into the next eclipse portal. And I always say that eclipses are just portals that put us where we need to be. You know, the energy is, when we're in eclipse season, it's kind of like a really extreme Mercury retrograde in the sense that there's a lot of chaos. You can't really control it. Everything's made up and the points don't matter. Everything is just kind of like happening. A lot is happening behind the scenes. Like it kind of feels like a giant cosmic joke from the universe, and the universe like knows and you don't, and you're just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. The universe like, I know, but I'm not going to tell you. And then things happen and you're like, well, that made no sense, but it makes sense to the universe. You know what I mean? And I mean, we already have at the bottom of the deck the Ace of Pentacles. So lovely new tangible physical beginning, you know, probably something in career, finance, or, you know, something in the physical realm. Pentacles is like the physical, tangible things. And again, this eclipse, you know, new moons in general are about manifesting, or about starting something new. And you're going to hear a lot of astrologers talk about how you shouldn't manifest during eclipse season. But maybe it's just because I'm like mostly fire sign that I think, you know, I like a little bit of chaos energy. You know, sometimes you need it. I think that especially, you know, lunar eclipses are a little bit more volatile, you know, but new moons, we know, again, are about manifesting, setting intentions, goals, all that jazz. And with the solar eclipse, it's kind of like a supercharged new moon. So I don't think there's anything wrong with manifesting, spell work, that kind of thing. If you're okay with a little bit of chaos energy, can get a little like chaotic, but yeah. And this is in Libra. So we also have right now Scorpio, or excuse me, Venus is in Scorpio, and Venus is the planet that rules Libra, and Venus is in Scorpio. So it's this very dark feminine energy kind of happening right now. I was trying to think of, like, someone asked me like how I would describe like dark feminine energy, and I was thinking about it like there's this movie called The Love Witch. That's kind of the vibe, that very like Scorpio, Venus, Libra kind of energy. Lady Gaga in the Born This Way era, there's a lot of songs on that album that are very like dark divine feminine, like Bloody Mary, Government Hooker, you know, those are kind of the songs that I think about. You know, everybody loves Chappell Roan right now, and the kind of vibe, I think she went to like the VMAs and she was like yelling at the photographers and like having her boundaries. That's kind of like that dark divine feminine energy that I'm talking about, you know? So that's kind of the vibe of this new moon in Libra. A lot of endings, a lot of new beginnings. I have a lot of pets around today. I have a little kitty cat, Miss Honey's walking around. You probably hear her meowing, and I have Jack that just jumped up on the couch. But yeah, you know, you're gonna see a lot of doors closing and a lot of doors opening. Again, it's that kind of balance energy, right? It's Libra, it's the scales. It's balanced in the sense that when one door kind of slams shut, another door might fling open, and you're kind of like, what's going on? I would take a walk through that door, you know? It is opening for a reason. Eclipse season kind of puts those pathways in front of you. A lot of changes, a lot of new pathways, and, you know, endings and new beginnings, y'all. We love to see it in the body. Libra rules the heart chakra. You know, our heart chakra, Anahata chakra, is the balancing chakra. It balances the top 3 and the bottom 3. So the yoga class that I'm putting out for this new moon solar eclipse in Libra is very heart-based. We're going to be opening up our hearts. I'm looking at all my notes that I have. I put justice in the tarot. Obviously, Libra is ruled by the Justice card. Also, very Queen of Swords energy and Six of Pentacles energy. And the Empress, too, with this one specifically, again, with that, like, kind of dark, divine, feminine High Priestess. I wrote glamour magic. This would be a great time to do some glamour magic. I think that's pretty much everything I want to say. So we're going to get into it. We're going to see what the energy is tarot-wise and just get on into it. What do we need to hear with this new moon solar eclipse in Libra? Sometimes chaos mode works. I call it chaos mode when I shuffle and the cards just like fly out. And I've noticed that when it's eclipse season, or, ooh, I spoke too soon. I was going to say it doesn't really happen when things are just chaotic. And now the cards are like, you thought. Yeah, we got the Ace of Pentacles again and the Two of Swords. You know what's crazy is when I was shuffling, the Two of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles were at the bottom of the deck. Remember when I like held up the Ace of Pentacles and I was like, oh, there it is. Right behind it, I had checked was the Two of Swords. So we have both of those cards coming out again. And I feel like maybe we're finally possibly making a decision. The Two of Swords is being stuck. It's very analysis paralysis, being stuck between choosing 2 options or making a decision. And maybe it's that this solar eclipse, this new moon, is going to make the decision for you. It's going to be like, here's this new beginning. It might not even be either of the options that you were like weighing in the Two of Swords energy. Maybe it's something completely new and you're like, what did it, I didn't even expect this coming, but I mean, I'll take it. The Two of Swords, you can see she has like the blindfold on. She has the 2 swords crossed. It's very reminiscent of the Eight of Swords. It's very also kind of that Justice Libra energy. You know, Justice has like the sword. And she has that blindfold on because she's like, I don't know which way to go. And she's seeing things very black and white. She's like, there's only this option or this option. The thing about the Two of Swords is there's a ton of options. To get past the Two of Swords, to get past the analysis paralysis, you have to realize that there's way more than just black and white. There's a ton of different options that you can take. And I think this eclipse portal might be presenting us with a secret third thing. You're like, it's something that you might not expect. It is a secret third option, a secret third new beginning. And I just noticed that the Nine of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, and it might actually be a little bit of a wish come true, a little bit of a manifestation coming through perhaps. You know, the Nine of Cups is our card of like wish fulfillment. You know, and I just made a video about this on TikTok. I was talking about it. I have noticed that, especially during eclipse season, you kind of get teased by your manifestations. If there's something that you've really been working for, you've been manifesting, you've been doing your spell work, you're like, I want this thing, whether it's new job, new partner, new house, whatever it is. And a lot of the times what'll happen is the universe will kind of send you a teaser. It'll send you like a thing that's like almost like that thing that you want, but it's not it exactly. And then maybe it falls through and you're like, what the heck? Like, that's what I wanted and I didn't get it. That to me is a signal. It is like a sign that what you actually want is coming through soon. It keeps happening to me. That thing keeps happening to me where like I almost get what I want and then it like goes wrong and it's like not exactly what I wanted. I'm like, what the heck just happened? And then literally sometimes in the same hour of that thing happening, I get what I actually want. And I'm like, what was the point of you teasing me with it? And it's like the final test, the final like surrender. I'm like, do you actually want this? And I think that might be what's happening with this Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles energy. Yes, the Star, card of Aquarius, you know, another wish fulfillment card for sure, but it's also about following your North Star, about being authentic to yourself. I think that's what happens when we get that like final test from the universe, like right before our manifestations are going to come through, is it's kind of a test to see how well we handle it. Are you going to stay true to yourself? Are you going to handle this kind of like stressful test, this surrender, by sticking to your guns and being like, no, this is what I want. Like, so if you find that maybe a lot of tests are coming up, like just kind of teasing you, like, are you sure you want this? Ooh. I think I made this reference once before, but that Geico commercial where like that guy has like a fishing pole and he's holding a dollar bill in front of the chick and he's like, oh, you almost got it. Like that's kind of what I feel like is happening here. And it is very annoying, but we just got to roll with it, my friends. We have the Page of Swords here. Maybe time to like go on a little adventure. I call this kind of like the side quest card. Like, you know, pages are like the youngest energy in the court cards, and it's that like young, a little bit immature, a little bit naive, but you know, this person's like kind of boldly going with that sword in their hand, and it's that air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So maybe while we're kind of waiting for our manifestations to come true, like let's get on out there, you know? Who's that? That is the Knight of Cups. You know, we got to move towards what fills our cups. All knights are on a mission. The Knight of Cups obviously is the Knight of Water. The second slowest knight, slowest will be the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups moves a little bit slower towards what he wants, but in the traditional tarot, the Knight of Cups is on a horse in the desert and he's moving towards water. It's a very heart-based energy. Like I said, Libra rules that heart chakra, and it's like, as long as you're kind of following your heart, you're following that North Star, the star energy, moving towards what you actually enjoy, what you actually want, being authentic to yourself, you're good to go. Look, the Emperor, card of Aries. Again, these eclipses are on the Aries-Libra axis. So we got that Aries energy. Ooh, almost dropped a bunch of cards coming out here. And it's very like taking charge, taking control of your own life. But this is, you know, the last card we're kind of pulling in this sequence. And I would say all of this, the Two of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups, all these other energies we just pulled is like leading up to this. So I wouldn't, you know, with this new moon solar eclipse, I wouldn't say the time is to take that like aggressive action. It's like the buildup, right? Wait for that kind of sign from the universe, that Ace of Pentacles that comes through and like cuts through the Two of Swords before you kind of jump in full force. And then, you know, the Emperor energy, jump in full force, go for it, be the boss of your own life, but kind of wait for that green light first. I feel like we're kind of stuck in that like, do not pass go, do not collect $200 energy right now, the universe being like, yo, ooh, we're almost there. And then I think when that new moon solar eclipse finally happens and we kind of pass that and we get out of this little eclipse season, you know, it's gonna be, we're gonna get that green light. You know, in between eclipses, it does feel very like purgatory limbo. We feel very stuck. We feel very just like in this weird liminal space. We feel like we're in a dream. I know, Miss Honey, it's not fun. And, you know, I think we're just waiting for that fog to clear. We're waiting for that like sign from the universe. And then it's like, go time, go, go, go. Like at our clarifying deck, this is the Horror Tarot. I love this deck. We have Justice. Literally the card of Libra at the bottom of the deck. And I think it's literally, we're like kind of going along with what I was just saying. Justice, while yes, it can be like karmic justice, it can be the scales balancing, it's also a card of like hands off. Karma's handling it. You do not have to do anything. Again, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Let the eclipse do what it needs to do. Again, you can manifest, you can do spell work. But when you're doing the manifesting, you're doing the spell work, you're not getting it immediately, right? You're putting in the work. And then you're kind of waiting, you know, you're doing everything you can and then you're surrendering and letting it happen, right? So let the universe do its thing, let karma do its thing, you know, let it happen as it's going to happen. And then guess what? The Fool, we're going to have that new beginning that we so crave. And I love this card. It's very like Little Red Riding Hood with like the monsters in the forest. Again, this is the Horror Tarot, so it's a little spooky, just like me. But yeah, the Fool is the start of the tarot. It's card 0. It is the new beginning. It is the new cycle. And I think it is just around the corner, my friends, if you put in the work. The Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of hard work. It's very head down, focusing, work, 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 work. And, you know, it's not fun. It's definitely the card of, like, the grind. It's not a fun energy, but, like, it is causing us a little stress. Nine of Swords, we're like, why? I don't want to. You know, and the Nine of Swords, again, is stress, anxiety, kind of being in nightmares, waking up in nightmares. And it's, that kind of comes, I feel like, with the grind energy. And again, with that, like, eclipse energy of, like, we're not even sure where we're going. It's stressful. I'm not going to lie. And we're like, why does this keep happening? Why are we in chaos? Five of Wands. What? For why? Like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And the universe is like, well, that's too damn bad. Five of Pentacles. Like, you keep digging. Nine of Wands. Literally, as I'm saying it, it's like coming out in the cards. The Nine of Wands is literally like, you keep digging. It's the almost there card. You're almost at the end of the wand cycle, the fire cycle. You know, the 10 of Wands is like, you've reached the burnout stage, but you're up the hill. The thing about this 9 and 10 of Wands is you're climbing up a hill with a bunch of wands on your back. And the 9 of Wands is like, you're almost there. You keep digging. You know what I mean? And then we have the Page of Cups, a little jack-o'-lantern, Jack-in-the-Box, which I feel like is very kind of reminiscent. And then the Chariot. Yeah, literally what I'm saying is kind of like reflecting in the cards. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a surprise kind of coming. We're climbing that hill. We're like stressed. We're like going. And then, you know, when we get there, it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. Like that Jack-in-the-Box is going to kind of like pop up in our face. You know, Seven of Swords, there might be kind of one more like thing we have to get through. The Seven of Swords is a card of, can be a card of lying, cheating, stealing, but it's also a card of tactics. I know, Miss Honey, very stressful. I agree. But it can be a card of doing things in a different way. You know, the Seven of Swords is stealing the swords away from battle, so they can't battle. So you might need to think about things in a different way before you get to what we want. The Chariot, rapid forward movement. Again, literally this whole message is like, there's gonna be some chaos. There's gonna be some random things happening that don't make any sense to you, but in the end, we got the Chariot, the Fool. We're gonna be moving the Emperor towards what we want. We just gotta make it through this eclipse season, y'all. I believe in us. All right, we're gonna get some final oracle messages, and then that's all there is to it, man. You just gotta keep digging. You just gotta keep going. I always hear with the Nine of Wands, the Almost There song from Princess and the Frog. I'm also hearing like Just Keep Swimming from Finding Nemo. I make a lot of Disney references. I make a lot of pop culture references. That's just what we do here. Look at that, the shadow self coming on through. You know, I was thinking about this before I was going to film this reading. What was in my head, I was thinking about the Justice card. And I was thinking about how we think of balance as like literal, like we think of the scales, we think of like, you know, things having to balance out, but there is also balance in the light and shadow, right? There's, with every good thing, you know, good and bad, light and shadow, like these things, one, they cannot exist without the other. And, you know, as much as we would hope that life would just be happy and good and all the time, it does not exist without shadow. And that is true balance, is having a balance of both. So being able to maneuver through the shadow things, through the chaos, through the nonsense, and the things that eclipse season and life just throws at us, and the ability to get through that and to surrender and just keep going is kind of what true balance is, you know? And I think maybe that's also why that happens, like I said, where you almost get what you want before you actually get what you want from the universe. For me, a lot of the time it comes as something like really stressful. Like, for example, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I thought I had this really big partnership with a Long Island medium, and because she does have a podcast, and they reached out to me, well, who I thought was them reached out to me, and it was very legit. It was verified accounts. They got on a Zoom call with me, like planning this partnership, and I'm an influencer. Like, I get partnerships all the time, right? I can generally tell what's a scam or not. Did not seem like a scam. Anyways, they ended up hacking my Facebook page. It was not, in fact, the Long Island medium. And they hacked my Facebook page. And my Facebook page has 115,000 followers on it. And they took it over. And I was like, well, there goes my business. Like, they're going to get access to all my social media. Like, well, that didn't happen. I got my Facebook page back. And then, like, within the same hour, I didn't have access to my Facebook page for a week. And then it got fixed. Within that same hour that it got fixed, I got an offer from an actual talent management company that, like, I work with, offering me something I've wanted for forever, something I've been manifesting for forever, which is getting to like movie premieres and early screenings. And I'm going to the early screening of Joker, which if you know me, you know that Lady Gaga is the love of my life. I have her handwriting tattooed on my arm. Like, it says, if you're a strong female, you don't need permission. I referenced her at the beginning of this video. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, is in like, sometimes the universe gives you like a hint of what you want, and it's not it. It's like the shadow version. It's like the evil twin, the dark side version of like that thing that you wanted. And then you're like, what, why? Because things, unfortunately, must be balanced. And that's just the way it is. And we need to have courage. That's the card that just flew out. Courage. That's too damn bad. You keep digging. You know, courage is going even when you're tired. Courage is going and being brave even when you're afraid. Even when you're like, I'm so done. You just gotta keep going, man. All right, any final messages for this new moon solar eclipse in Libra. I saw it when I was shuffling and I was like, that'd be funny if that came out. Divine Feminine. What did I say? What have I been saying is the energy for this, the dark Divine Feminine. And that's it right there. I mean, we got the triple goddess, Hecate, coming through on this card. Dark Divine Feminine, my friends. Use that glamour magic. Tap into that Venus energy, Venus and Scorpio energy, that love witch energy. You know, put on like your favorite like music that makes you feel like sexy and confident. Like, do glamour magic, you know, that's like incorporating magic into your hair, your makeup, the things that you wear, like the color of your nails, the jewelry that you wear. Like, there's so many things that you can do when it comes to glamour magic and when it comes to that dark Divine Feminine energy. But that's what we need to tap into here, my friends. Again, this reading was just like everything I was saying as I was saying it. I hope it resonates. Again, if you enjoy witchcraft and wellness and you like free yoga and free tarot, I do it on my channel every new moon and full moon. I also have a membership here on YouTube. We're finally coming back. I have been in the process of moving across the country. I moved from Las Vegas to Salem, Massachusetts, which is where I am now to pursue my business, to pursue my dream. And I'm finally getting settled. So my YouTube channel is finally back up and running and my membership is finally back up. So if you want live yoga, live tarot, we're also doing now live astrology and tarot readings every Monday, like for the week. So I'll tell you the astrology for the week. We'll tap into the energy for the week. That'll be happening live in my membership as well. You just hit that join button. I think that's pretty much it. I host witchcraft and wellness retreats here in Salem. I actually only have 2 rooms left for the entirety of 2025, and that's for my next New Year's retreat. Not this New Year's, next New Year's. That's how far in advance I'm sold out. I only have 2 rooms left for that, and that is it. And my 2026 dates probably won't be announced until the end of the year, and I'm only doing maybe like 2 in 2026. So if you want to join me in Salem for a witchcraft and wellness retreat, I highly recommend snagging one of those last couple of rooms. Other than that, perhaps I'll see you in the yoga class. Maybe I'll see you on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm on all platforms. My Facebook is back, so I am there. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful new moon solar eclipse, and I'll see you next time.